Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of RAERAEs Review. Remember, homegirl Erin, although we're late, please don't be mad. We are here to let you know about the What's Going Down episodes, 2 episodes, thank you, bonus episodes of Selling Sunset on Netflix, episodes 4 and 5. This is their 9th season, y'all. Before we get too much into it, please help me welcome Erin to the stage.
Hello, everyone. I hope you had a restful break. And, if you celebrate, I hope you enjoyed the holiday. I hope it was peaceful regardless.
Yes.
And good food.
Yes. Okay. However you celebrate, take time off. Even if you worked, that's great. I'm glad you're working. Praise him.
Right? Yeah, seriously. In this day and age, listen, as long as you didn't
Okay. You guys, we are back. Of course, new shows are coming through, like we mentioned before. If you don't already know, we've already started with, girl, I always forget their name, Southern Charm. They are back, a couple of new folks, and we're going to push through, catching up with that show as well as Selling Sunset. Hence the double episode of 4 and 5 tonight. Also, we got news. Thank you, Erin, for letting me know. If you didn't know, our Drag Race season 18 will be coming out January 2nd.
Yay.
The show premieres, not us per se, but the show premiering Friday. They're always on Fridays, y'all. That's the one thing I remember. Drag Race is always on a Friday. Long as I've been watching. So season 18, if you don't remember, On Your Nerve won season 17, and they had a premiere of the new queens coming through. You know what? Just real quick. I wasn't too thrilled on the names.
Nope.
Kind of boring. Nothing
totally agree.
Exciting. Like, that's their name.
I know, the girl. No, I was underwhelmed. I was a little underwhelmed myself. And I'm like, you don't got enough big sizes. You don't have anybody I recognize at all. It looks like you have more than one drag child. That's too many. There's 2 Dions, and I bet they're from the same house. I don't know.
They are. It's what's her name from before?
Morphine Love Dion.
Morphine Love's child and mother. So I think it's a grandmother and grandchild.
All right. Well, it could be interesting.
Like, how was Morphine your mama, but then the other child? Yes, they are related.
Yeah, because there's not House of Dion. I mean, I'm like, you got 2 Dions. What are the odds that they're not related?
Okay.
Yeah, well, I want to keep an open mind, but I was a little underwhelmed. I'm just saying, a little underwhelmed.
But I did love their fits. It's supposed to be a ray of light or sunshine or beaming, some type of light theme. Yes. I love their fits. I love the soft lighting, how it just really laid real well on their whole situation that they came down the runway in and showed. I enjoyed that more so than their name. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know how brown fits into light, but that's part of the palette, I guess, because a couple of them had brown.
I thought of champagne color, like this, and some sparkly.
Yeah, but some of them had like chocolate on in the promo.
Yes, a couple of them did have some chocolate. Yes.
And I'm not saying they didn't look good, but I was like, how is, because is that the shade? Because remember there was like, in the world of shady, let there be light, or something like that. That's the theme. And
Mm-hmm.
what is this? The shade? Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
we're excited. January 2nd, right before my birthday.
Okay.
Shout out to my Capricorns. So yes, we will be getting to that when after it's out.
For sure. And of course, other shows coming through. Just tune into the channel, y'all. And if you
Mm-hmm.
want, just go back to any of the playlists or just go down the whole line of a library and just have a good old time. If you got nothing to do, if you're on a train, if work, if you're at work in a meeting, I do it sometimes. It is what it is. I'll be listening to something else while they talking. But yeah. Just go ahead and look and listen and look if tuning in. We appreciate you. Thank you. And also don't forget to hype the video, whichever ones you see. It should be near the comment section. I think it's 3 radio buttons or something around there where you can either swipe a little bit to get to hype, or it could just be there at the beginning, but it's somewhere around there, y'all. Please and thank you. Now, this Selling Sunset. Trigger warning a little bit. We're going to be discussing how they brought up the fires from Altadena and Palisades, and how it all, it was just a mess earlier this year, y'all. So we won't be showing any pictures of that, but we will be discussing it later in case you guys wanted to, take a break, or if it affects you, because as we discussed, it affected us just watching it. Of course, we're here in Southern California, but just looking at it, from their perspective, from the show's perspective, it kind of brought us sadness, so we understand how you may feel as well.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm-mm. But anyway, so let's just get on into it, shall we?
Let's do it.
So, of course, we're going to review episodes 4 and 5. First, episode 4. There was a whole lot of real estate again, for what we mentioned about the fires, but more so, a lot of dramas happening. As we rolled on in, we discovered that there was a meeting of the twins. So I'm trying to differentiate between these two, and I'm thinking the head will tell me. So the one on the right is Brett, and the one on the left is Jason. Jason has more of a flat, short head, and Jason has a short, flat head, and Brett has more of an elongated skull.
You know what's funny is this is crazy. Looking at them from the side, Brett looks like the superior twin, doesn't he? But then when you look at him straight on, Jason is a little bit more rugged, and I would say a little bit more attractive, if that's possible. If at all, But like on the side though, like look at that. Look at who looks better. That's funny. They're like the Olsen twins to me, where like you can tell them apart for listen, they're just as tiny, if not shorter. You can tell them apart, but goddamn, it's hard to do
It
so.
is.
Remember them separately. You know what I mean?
It
Like they are different looking, but they blend in together very easily.
Don't
Like they're the Olsen twins. The Olsen twins of real estate.
But if we make a mistake, they are identical. So it is what it is, child. Like, really?
Sorry, guys. You package yourself as twins. That's what happens.
So they're giving the news that if you don't know the previous couple of episodes, Nicole, who was starting ish with more about 2, 3, 4 people, she's been let go. And they're getting the news, of course. Everybody's there listening, and everybody's ears are pinned. Of course, these two had more to say than anyone due to the personal nature as to why Nicole is no longer there. Mary's sad because, like she said, that is one of her eldest friends. Alana just got there, so she's just there listening. Now last season, Alana did try and get Nicole to Hirsch, because when she invited, meaning Alana, invited everybody to her ranch that her and her husband owns. And what's that place? Not Phoenix. The place out there in the Coachella.
Joshua Tree. Yeah.
She's trying to get her to Hirsch. She said, well, I just got here and you trying to I don't do all this. So I would just advise you not to go there. But she went there. Even then, they tried to tell her to Hirsch. That's when we started to hear the rumors about Emma that Nicole was spreading.
Right.
And even Amanza, she's looking like, well, I try to tell her too, we all tried to tell her, literally, they all tried to get her to, stop the madness, but she kept going. And she don't feel no ways tired, child. She was like, it's time to pop a bottle. Literally. But the fellas were really trying to, keep it classy and not celebrate, but that didn't stop her or them two. The Three Musketeers, they had it with Nicole. So bye, Nicole.
Yeah, I mean, they're all acting like she said, like, I don't know. They're all acting morally superior. And I'm like, all you bitches talk about each other. All of you dog walk each other. I'm not saying I'm rooting for Nicole. I'm not. Like somebody, they all kind of kept trying to say to her, you're like giving ammo for a storyline you don't want. Like no matter what, we need, you're going to get it if you don't shut up. And she didn't shut up. So, she couldn't read between the lines, thus this is her fate. But the moral superiority that everybody's having about the situation is laughable to me.
Yeah.
Because y'all are like this. It's like, it just, you all feel entitled, like, you know what I mean? Like, you all do it in different ways. But it's fine. Bye. That Bob needed to go anyway. Oh, didn't like it.
One thing I kind of knew, but more so confirmed, that even out of the office, their behaviors will be judged and disciplined, because they're not just in the office workers. They are they have to conduct themselves in a certain way, no matter where they are, no matter what they're doing. Like, they were eating dinner at a girlfriend's giving, and that was the camel that got her fired.
I think, yeah, right. That's funny. I think they were trying to couch it in the way like she was ruining the vibe of the office. So even though it was off hours, what she was doing to the camaraderie was so detrimental that they had to let her go. And it's like, you think she's the only one that's doing that? I don't know about that,
Well, I mean, Chelsea has issues with Bree and Mary, but we'll learn later on that one of those relationships is not so bad. So it just may save her for her, saying what she said about one of those people that I named that we're going to discuss later. But yeah. I can see that the next brouhaha is gonna be with Bree involved with somebody that she's not meshing well with in the office, just by how they're talking, because
she wasn't even there for that meeting. She wasn't there because remember she heard later on. So yeah, I mean they are kind of setting her up for that one.
Right. So after all of that, rejoicing, but again, I'm glad. I think we're all kind of glad Nicole is gone, because, like you said, it was what she was doing to the morale of the office outdoors, just it wasn't it was so, uncalled for. Personally, bye girl. I don't know you. Anyway.
I'm ambivalent. I don't care. That's kind of why I enjoy watching this show, is that you kind of can like I mean I know Chriselle's supposed to be like the hero, but like even I think she's full of it these days. Like I it makes it easy to like be okay with like hate watching any of them, rooting for, like it makes me able to like switch teams and move with the chess pieces, and I can appreciate that. You know what I mean? Like when we're
Yeah.
talking about Orange County, like Tamara was undeniably unlikable, and there was no way around it. So like you therefore like it makes it annoying in a different way when you're watching storylines, right? This one, bye, bye. I'm not sad to see you go. I didn't care. Any of them could probably get it, and I'd be like, but, so anyway.
And I see the performance in everybody. So it is
Yeah.
what it is. They love the camera. They love being on the show.
They
They
do.
love, how they're still moving on in seasons. And they're there for a show. And that's that on that.
Yep. Keep that real estate and occasional glamour going.
Okay. Now, y'all, there's 2 properties that we saw already this season that were being reshown. Remember the home that Tyrese was looking at, you guys? That house was being looked at. I believe Chelsea was showing that house to a THC dispensary owner, if I'm not mistaken.
Distribution.
Distribution. Okay. One of those distributors of THC within the state. And my thing is this. The house that was being, if you guys remember, the house that was being shown by Chelsea that Tyrese and his family were looking at, it had a panic button, steel barricade so no one can ram, no batter rams can come through, no, bullets can penetrate, all of the things, right? High level security, supposedly. I just don't think that if you need that, you will be advertising yourself purchasing it, especially the way it's being advertised now. For me, it kind of defeats the purpose. Don't you think?
Yes, 100%. And I sat there, and shout out to Asa, the client, kind of cute. I was like, oh, hello,
Okay, he wasn't bad looking.
No, and he kind of had a little bit of an air to him that I kind of, like some of these jokers are like, you are trying so hard, it's hurting me. He was cute, anyway, I'm like, this is 2025. Who the hell is like this? Is what are you, like in the mob? Are you threatened under kidnap? Do you distribute out of your home? Like what possibly could you be do you have large amounts of cash, like a drug deal? Like this is a legit business. Why would you need such high level security? Is the cartel going to come get you for ransom? Like what is happening here? Why do you need it? It just was weird. I was like, what kind of job, like, I mean, you know what I mean? It would be like an alcohol baron saying, I need a bulletproof glass. Like what are you doing? Carrying bottles in your coat? I don't understand.
And further, Uncle, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying I was really confused as to why he would need high level security if he's able to afford a multi-million-dollar mansion. This is, like what kind of, I don't get it.
Okay. Now, for me, I understand the security level. He wants to be cautious. He may have product in his home. No telling. He is one of those folks that people wouldn't mind robbing because
Maybe,
he makes a lot of money. And most likely, he's young. He may have a lot on him, just like we're going to see later on. Folks aren't as safe as they thought they were in their home, right?
True. I'll give you that. I will walk that back a little bit where I can understand too, also being in the business of cannabis, you are around people doing drugs. And, although it to me is a very benign one, like you said, the propensity for being robbed, even just being known in the industry, I can respect that.
But what I don't understand is, what are you advertising? You purchasing a property. And again, furthermore, of course, the property would not be in your name at this level of wealth. It will be in some other name, trust, else, something else other than your name. So even though you may think that may help or save you from being found, people know where the home is. They will go searching and looking. It's not like it's a gated community. So again, if you are that high level or that wealthy, or maybe that paranoid, or just so concerned with your things and well-being, get off the TV looking for a house.
Well, that's why when he said, I think I prefer a high rise, I'm like, you weren't a legitimate client to begin with. This was all for show. Like I did not get the sense that this was it didn't feel like a real showing, So.
Well, they better not be faking. Shoot.
I think they are. Yeah, I mean, I think they are quite a bit. Just some scenarios feel like some scenarios don't taste as fake. You know what I mean? Like some you aren't reminded that it's fake as hell, and then some you are. And this was one where I was like, yeah, he wasn't gonna buy this from the jump, but yeah.
So then, after after Chelsea shows him the house, he leaves. But before he leaves, Emma comes through. I don't know. Something tells me that Chelsea may like to parade Emma around certain clients, because this ain't the first time Emma then came through looking like she looking, and it's just so happens it's a client that she may be interested in or could be interested in her or whatever. And just trying to sell it. Because the last guy she actually got with, remember him, where they kind of had a little tryst, they were seeing each other. She was trying to sell him a home, and then they end up dating and whatnot. So
yeah. No, it definitely felt like, oh, here, let me sweeten the deal by having my hot opposite looking of me client. Like, what's your flavor? Have you the one? Like, yeah. Yeah, it definitely gave girls, Hollywood. Here we are.
Girl. So then they start to gossip, y'all. You know how we do. And so Emma is, now Emma is, Emma and Chelsea are talking about Emma's bae, her old bae. And what's that term they call it now when they go back for seconds?
Spin the block.
She's spinning the block with old bae, y'all. She salt shaking out that old bae, y'all, because she figured, he's wealthy. He's one of those, I think, maybe a trust fund baby like my man Shep, or he just has born with a silver spoon in his mouth. I think the dad is also in real estate somewhere else, out of state somewhere, something along those lines. Real wealthy.
Yes. And microwave popcorn.
Thank you. Microwave pop. Girl, I wonder which one. Is it Oracle?
I don't know.
Jiffy Pop? I used to love me some good skinny girl popcorn. I really miss those snacks. I'm just mad that they ain't around no more, but whatever.
Yes, they are. My daughter just had skinny. Oh no, skinny girl. I was thinking skinny pop. I'm like,
no, I want the Bethany stuff.
Yeah, right. Well, no, yeah, that one.
Ooh, that popcorn was good, girl. Girl, I almost had everything she had years ago. But anyway, it's a whole different can. Anyway, so they just, talking. And Emma brings up how before Chriselle and her new bae, did not get along, and how she's hesitant to bring him around. But Chriselle is one of her BFFs, so pretty much Chriselle's going to have to just get with the program, and she's doesn't want friction, but she knows that it's going to be a little difficult. And Chelsea's already met him. She cool. Chelsea ain't trying to rock the boat with nobody, man. She freshly divorced. She already know how it could go, trying to get involved with her, in relationships and stuff. So she hasn't said one negative thing about Emma's man. She cool as a cucumber. She ain't trying to get in no mess. But Emma is a little about putting them back together. They must have had an explosive reunion before, because child, the way Emma was like shaking her boots a little bit. What do you think?
He's such a chucklehead. Whatever. I mean, this is such a weird situation of she's obviously going after a wealthy dude,
Mm-hmm.
and she's a good looking, I don't know, it's hard to even say, because it's one of those Hollywood situations we see all the time, where a beautiful young woman is trying to go snatch a wealthy guy and get set up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Chriselle later on brings up some really excellent points, but this dude is so isn't he 27? I just sat there and looked at Emma, and I'm like, y'all, it's like chalk and cheese. It's painful watching this shit.
Well, we gonna get into a little later, because
Yeah,
it'll be a meeting of the so-called minds of all of them, child.
Well, I agree with Chelsea though. Honestly, especially in their gold digging game, because they're all trying to do something. That's the flavor of this show. That's why Brett and Jason have these attractive women in these sexy houses, all that shit.
Right.
But I do agree with Chelsea, where she's kind of like, I ain't getting in the way of your gold digging.
Okay.
And I think, especially in this case, where all of these women are relying on their looks and they're relying on their connections and they're trying to make high item sales, it's a given that whoever they end up with will have a large pocketbook and be lacking in a lot of other places.
That part.
So I think Chelsea's got the right attitude. Although, I mean, I do think that Chriselle brings up an excellent point, that if you play this game and you give away all your own earning potential, then you're stuck with Chucklehead. So she's not wrong. But you gotta let people do their own thing. You just do.
Right.
When it comes to relationships, Vanita, pay attention, even if it's people be stupid. You have to let your friends do their own thing.
Right. As long as people keep their hands to themselves, ain't nothing like that going on. It's just as long as ain't no violins going on, then you just let them roam free, child. Free reign.
And yeah, I mean, and you can be like, I don't like that one, I don't want to hear about it. But ultimately, you can't control who your friends date. You can prefer they not. You can want better for them. But it's a tragic sea of fish out there.
Swamp.
Right, swamp water. It's a bog. I'm not saying, I'm not condoning dipping below yourself because someone has a PJ, but all of these women are into that in the first place.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. That's like going to a wine tasting and be like, you can't like that rosé. It's stupid, It's just kind of, girl, just because you went to the other side and you got a young one that's treating you right, I don't even want to hear about it. But yeah, he is unappealing. That's for damn sure. But we'll get to that.
So next we have Jojo. Remember, y'all, she was selling her home she bought when she was 16 years old. She's the Disney kid that grew up. Was she Disney or Nickelodeon?
No, Dance Moms.
Dance girl, neither, y'all.
Yeah, like TLC.
Woo, child, we're on a whole different tax bracket. But the
she
girls got
did
coin.
she became a huge phenomenon. She did. She was the
Yeah.
breakout star of that show, and she got her hands around the youth with that bow and her crazy little attitude. Like she's got money, I think.
Oh, the Tamar of it all.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. If you've been around, you too.
You've been paying attention to the streets lately.
Ooh, child, that man sure know how to lay it low and spread it wide, don't he? But anyway, okay, back to Jojo Siya.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she's being shown a house, and we're gonna show you, y'all. It's so cute. Now we're both Google gone over. It's like, oh, I think I could live here if I had the coin.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, here we go. 4 million. It's a cute little 415. Oh, you know how it go.
Mm-hmm.
And from 5 beds, 4 bath, 4,025 square feet. Now, the bath bed ratio is, for me, opportune. I think this is a good size. Just my opinion,
I agree.
I think this is just too cute. Her commission is 124.5, which ain't bad, ain't bad, y'all. This is an aerial shot so you can see, how it looks. Privacy is important, of course, when you are a star and entertainer, and just beautiful, immaculate, in my opinion.
Yep, I enjoyed this. I thought it was a beautiful, cozy, but obviously, I don't want to say opulent or lavish because it wasn't either one of those, but still, beautiful home. Beautiful home. Loved, I was telling her, I'm like, oh, I guess I love black marble in the kitchen or whatever that stone was. That was, no, this is really cute. It's styled well. I don't love Encino, but I think there are so many things that this home has to offer. Plus, I think she's already out in the valley area anyway.
This is the main.
Yeah, I like this house a lot. The she said some real estate investors flipped it. You did a good job. Shout out to y'all.
Let me tell you one thing about this staircase. It's big enough. It's sleek enough. Remember how we discussed how people going to walk upstairs with no railing? I like this railing because it's kind of it's transparent to where it looks like it's floating, because they always want to advertise a floating staircase.
Right.
And it's safe. Because as we are aunties and aunts and everybody else, but for those of us who are aunties, unks, and above, we prefer safety. Ain't nobody got time for no crutch, no cast, no splint, no ER visit. But I like this. It looks comfortable enough and secure. That's all I'm just trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
So back to the house. When you come up, that's a hallway, room to left or right, clean. I love how it's not how the colors are coordinated. I love a good earth tone. I love good earth tone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love this. Again, this is the main. A lot of windows. I love this.
This is cute.
It's an Encino?
Yeah, Encino.
All right. That's where the Jacksons used to live, y'all, in case y'all want a little history. Okay. Dining room. That's cute. Now, of course, these furnishings may most likely not come with the home, but I'm looking more so at the bones of the house, imagining my stuff there. Hello.
I think you can negotiate, especially when they stage, you can negotiate the furniture and the price. I don't know if it's included. That might tack on another like 200, 250, like depending on what they staging with, but I thought, yeah, this was cute regardless.
Be just stunning. I
Hmm.
mean, look at this, y'all. I hate those tubs, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I still don't like that weird, like, I know you have people to do it, but dusting that shit. Like that the grooves and that, I mean, it's like shiplap. It's like rich people shiplap. I don't want it.
Is it bamboo or boo bam? What is that?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. The other stuff was ancient walnut or whatever the fuck they were calling it, like aged walnut or something. Like I don't know. This is maybe like
Yeah, it was like that other house
like sacred
that
bamboo.
Chriselle was looking at.
This must be a trend. I just look at it and
Here we
go,
go.
your maids are gonna have extra work to do getting in there, but
This is the
whatever.
closet off the main, y'all. Beautiful. Oh. Mm. Where was I? But look at another picture. That's the front door coming in. I love those chairs. I love that. Child elevator, y'all. Elevator. What you know about the elevator in your house now? Even better for us aunties and us. Damn them stairs.
Well, I swear to God, by the way that Chriselle was reacting, I was like, have you never seen this house before? Like, you are looking shocked that you found an elevator. And, like, I don't even know. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, production is like, yeah, anyway.
You know they gotta put on for these folks, girl. You know they gotta. And JoJo's what 12? I'm just saying anything to make her more excited. You know she's already excited about the house when she rolled it. She's like, oh my god, I love this. So
God
yeah,
damn, JoJo.
everything is a selling point to this young lady. Come on,
What are you wearing? When she walked up, I was like, God
no
help
comment.
us. This is her. This is the, oh, but Jesus. Anyway, yeah.
Just to sit out and inhale and exhale right here.
Yeah, it's lovely. I like the backyard and all the features. Yep.
I have I don't know if you guys remember, but I have a small version of this where it's like a battery operated. It's self-retaining water. You pour it, and it's probably the size of my laptop. Just turn it over standing up, right? And it has rocks too, and it has a little light, and you can plug it up or have it run on battery, and it'll float the water through, and it sounds so relaxing. So this reminds me of that. So yeah, possibilities are endless. I think I may be on to something here.
Mm-hmm.
This is beautiful. And of course you need your recreation. Everybody needs to shoot the hoop a little bit, do a little something, get your uh, blood rate, whatever that's called up.
Your heart rate.
Heart rate. Thank you.
You're
And just,
welcome.
live your life. Invite some people over, play horse, whatever.
Right? Hey, in a house like that, you have the people over.
Oh, child. 415.
I
Okay.
like the flowers are nice. There's some fruit trees, all the
Yes.
kinds of things I like. Absolutely.
Oranges, citrus, and
It gets you some
girl.
fresh squeezed juice.
Now, if I can take my pomegranate tree over there and throw
Mm-hmm.
some seeds throughout, oh my goodness, girl.
Yep.
Live off the land, girl.
Yes.
Yes. I think this was a good find. Hopefully everything worked out. And if she bought it, I hope she's having a wonderful time there because somebody is, if she not.
Very inviting. This is one of my favorite houses of the season, just because, and it's proof that like you don't need to spend 12 million. Those homes are beautiful, but like, do you feel like
Hello?
Do you feel like you could be cozy in that house? Do you feel like you could
Yes.
be in it and go, God, I love this house. I feel like I'm being hugged. Not the other houses with these infinity pools and all this open air. Like the views are beautiful and all, but like sometimes you just getting so full of the like, the pee power, like, trying to get the panty dropper house. Like, do you
You
feel like
know,
you can just chill and be sick in that house and be hungover or be depressed, like no, you need a house where you feel like you can live there and really, really feel peaceful. This one I thought did that.
oh, we love that house.
We did. I hope whoever, yeah, like you said, I hope whoever ended up there is enjoying it. I maybe have to
So,
go look at Jojo Siwa and see if I recognize any of the house on her
okay,
account.
go over to her page. Let me see. Did she move in? Let me see.
Yeah, that's
You
about all.
home?
It's about all I want to look on her page for. But
Well, we're at the infamous lunch scene with the Three Musketeers. And of course,
oh
they're just,
yeah,
shooting the ish, looking fantabulous. Whenever I see Chelsea's face, I love how fresh she's looking. She looks refreshed, even though she's done up. I really appreciate that, and I really love this scene. I don't know where they are, but it reminded me of that house we just saw with the color schemes. But they're having a great lunch, and then all of a sudden, Emma thinks it's prudent to bring her man over to test the waters, and the conversation was a little. That's why I took it like this, because Chriselle was moving her hair. But I thought it'd be cute because she was kind of the oddball in this situation, more so than him, given that she really was putting on. She can't stand the guy. And like my homegirl Erin was saying, he got issues. This man don't eat fruit or vegetables.
he just like
No fruit and no vegetable.
the two of them together. It looks like it ages her. It literally makes her look like she's with like a boyfriend that's a freshman in college. Like it's just weird. It's like girl. Oh, I don't care how much money he has. This is not an equal match. This is uncomfortable to look at the two of you. And he comes off stupid. Like he doesn't come off smart. And I don't find that sexy at all. Yuck.
How I know this is a money grab for Emma is that y'all, she's vegan. She's all about the vegetable. And
Oh
look
yeah,
at her.
that's right. That's right.
She wouldn't eat if it's a carb, it's probably made out of cauliflower or some other vegetable made to look like a carb, because the girl, it has probably 2% fat on her, only because of her bones.
Right.
And it's no shade. I'm saying this because
It's just
she's
reality.
vegan and he doesn't eat vegetables or meat. Usually, you want to be equally yoked with someone with a similar, uh, 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 I don't want to say food intake, but rarely do vegans just hang out with people who don't eat vegetables. I just don't. To me, that tells me she's more so in it because of his wealth
Oh
than
yeah.
him. Maybe he eat it good. I don't know. It's all kind
Uh
of ways. And
I don't believe that for 1 second. This is a money grab. It is so obvious. It's painfully obvious. It's awkwardly obvious. It is the sore thumb. It's the pus. It's on your pimple. Like this is
yeah,
clearly, clearly this girl is trying to get her own. She's trying to Erica Jane this stuff. Like get her own personal PJ.
she knows she's the preference. She fits the bill. She got her own money. She's smart. She can pretty much have any man she wants that would want her. She has the look. Like I said, she's the package, right? Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, it's all about the money. Sorry, boo boo. If you're listening, watching, listening, girl, we see through
No,
all that Maybelline. Just saying.
I don't respect this at all. I don't respect you for this choice. I'm just
Oh,
saying. I'm being honest. I also like he's 27. What makes you think he's gonna do right by you or you're gonna be able to hang on to that wallet? There's just like, the gold digging game is squirrely. And this is not the one I would put my money on. But I don't know. There's some sort of reference to some love bombing activity, so maybe the way that he's into her makes her feel secure, with vice versa. When you have men that are more equally yoked, even in the looks department, maybe an athlete that's invested well or has money, or somebody that's really good looking, maybe because beautiful women can also be a dime a dozen. So maybe she's going with a little more
true.
homely to try and secure the bag, but and I'm not saying he's ugly. There's just something about him. Look at what he's wearing. He looks like a dumbass. Like, really? Like she's all dolled up and like trying. The three of them look all like this dumbass with three models. You know what
That's
I
right.
mean? It's
That's what
just,
I'm saying, girl. We both
mhm.
we both see it.
Yeah, it's
She
painful.
just look at him. Vegetable and not vegetable.
Hydrated, not.
Ain't no way, girl. Looking at him make me want to drink some water. I'm just saying.
If
Do
you,
you
I
drink
feel.
water?
Did you snap into a Slim Jim before you came to the lunch?
Yeah, he said he had Taco Bell before he came over there.
That's right. That's right. The same difference. Not much. Not. Um, you know, I mean, he just look at him. He's way littler than her. I mean, and not that I listen. I'm 5'10". I've dated shorter men. Some of them have a lot of swag. Look at the twins. They're ready to climb a ladder anytime. Shit, the twins have more charisma than this dork.
Yeah, girl. You know they
Okay.
eat vegetables and fruit. Ooh, I can't
Yes.
imagine.
Listen. No, 27 sounds dumb. Like, girl, do better. This just, ooh.
Well, y'all, that was the end of episode 4. We're gonna move into episode 5. Now, episode 4 ended how episode 5 started. Like I said before, where we didn't want to show the footage or stills of what they were showing because of it could trigger you because it definitely made us feel away
Yeah, it was just
watching
sad.
it.
Yeah.
Did you want to say something?
I said, yeah, it was just sad. Sorry. I'm talking over
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So as the episode 4 ends, that's like I said, that's when they started to, and you know how they go in with the special effects of the sound and the news and everything, and
Hmm.
they're it's just such devastation. They're trying to help the community pick up the pieces. They're donating, they're gathering, they're checking on each other. And, it was, a community to where a lot, even the O group there had to vacate the offices because of the smoke. There was just a lot. And, they're still trying to move forward. It was just what 8 months ago, 9 months ago, maybe. It was in 2025, y'all. It was early part of the first quarter of the year.
It was in January, I think, because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, this sound dumb, but my daughter's father was like gonna come out to visit her from Miami and literally
Hmm.
couldn't because LA was on fire.
Yeah.
Like had to cancel the trip because yeah, because LA was on fire.
Yeah. So they're coming in episode 5 and they're discussing things and, like I said, devastation. They're
Hmm.
trying to help out, give giveaways and whatnot, and it's just really sad. They're also not they're going through with their business deals, but they decided, now help me if I got it wrong, that they're not going to charge what they normally charge for selling a home. I think it was a term he used,
Um,
not commission, but it was something else. You remember?
well, I think from what I in chat, correct us if we're wrong in the comments. We got any real estate agents listening? Shout out to you
For
all.
real.
They were going to, like, I think if they find a rental property, they get like a percentage of the monthly rent as the commission, or like there's some kind of like they get a finder's fee for the tenant. Or if they find the rental home, they have to pay the agent that found them the home a percentage of what the monthly rental is. So I think they're waiving that finder's fee.
Yeah,
To
that's what
find
it
people
sounds
stuff.
like.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
To your point, I don't have the right name for it either, but they're just foregoing any kind of money that they would make off of pairing up a tenant and a home.
Right. And it's all for the benefit of placing people who are unhoused at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So that's the whole point, and they're trying them and their that's a part of their give back to the communities that lost everything for the most part.
Yeah. And I will say, like, to those of our listeners that are out of state, if we have any of you folks, especially, Ray Ray and I, we are not directly in LA, but we're close enough that, like, this whole thing brought back, it was a really, really rough time for Southern California. And we all felt the pain of losing the homes in the Palisades. They lost that entire community. I had a childhood friend growing up that her grandparents had a home there, and I knowing that place that I have these vivid memories of are no longer there. It's sad, so we definitely, as Southern Californians that were pretty close to this, even though we were unaffected, we definitely were. So, this hurts our heart as locals.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, big ups to those people.
Yeah.
It's a blessing to all of them. And if any of you are watching, we hope that you are doing better and that you're in better spirits. And if you can let us know in the chat if there's, something we can promote or do, we'll do that. I'll put that in the on the page, because I know people are still, in recovery. So we hope that better days are coming we know better days are coming your way, and just, take care. Okay.
Absolutely.
So after all that chit chatter, Chriselle and Emma meet up, and child, I don't know about you, but Chriselle just put her foot in her mouth trying to have tough love, as she calls it. But Emma just sees it as, just being offensive. And now Emma is on the fence whether or not she wants to discuss her man with Chriselle, because Chriselle was doing too much. She called him how's she gonna call him a douchebag in front of her? Girl, I wanted to stop her right there. Like, wait, hold on. Like Jamie Foxx did.
Yeah.
Hold on, BFF. Watch your mouth. Watch your tone about my man. You're saying and doing too much.
I mean, like, I respect the fact that Chriselle had some very true things to say, right? Like, it's undeniable that the best way to trap a woman is to isolate her, get her to stop working. If you're an insecure man and you want to hang on to a woman that you think is above your looks and all of that. However, you can't go too heavy-handed with your girlfriends on this. You can't. It never works, right? It just doesn't. Like, it
Ever.
just doesn't. It doesn't ever. No matter how right you are, the heart wants what the heart wants. And many of us do stupid things anyway. You know, like it seems like Chriselle's is in a happy, healthy relationship, but she was also maybe not in the best one before that with that actor dude, that good looking actor, you know, like we all need to be able to fall on our faces and do our own thing. And, you
Mm-hmm.
know, I don't know what he did to her in previous seasons. I don't know if maybe like if we're missing something that was on the show that is like, you know, that we're well aware of his douchebagginess. I think it's kind of clear he emanates that. And she did also, like I said before, talked about how he kind of was love bombing Emma.
Mm-hmm.
And ladies, we do need to pay better attention to the red flags we're all now very well aware of these days.
For sure.
You know, and somebody that's quick to build a fantasy with you wants to get engaged after 3 weeks, you know, that is definitely a red one. But she's also heading into this looking at the green flags in his wallet. So, you know, don't waste your breath too hard. And I certainly, I don't want any of my friends acting like, if you don't see him, I'm not going to be friends with you, or I'm going to be upset. Like, no. We're not in a relationship. We're friends. I mean, yes, we
Right.
are, and I want to love and respect you as a friend, and that is a relationship, but you don't dictate. You don't get to do that. You don't get to be like, if you don't behave in the way that I want, there'll be a consequence.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you don't get to do. I love Chriselle's hair, though. Damn.
Yeah.
The color and all that, like, you know, I aspire to something similar.
Yeah, the color's cool. It's just a little boring, you know. It's just all just down.
Well, yes, but I mean, yeah, no, I like the color is my point, you know.
Yeah. The color's great.
She's got those enviable white woman waves, you know. But
It's actually a perfect color on her.
it is.
It accents her tone, and it really,
Mhm.
you know, dark hair looks good on her. I remember she tried some blonde before. I was like, mm-mm.
No, this has enough of the highlights to bring out, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I love this hair. It's good hair.
Now, also, let's talk about Bree, because you know, again, Emma's trying to, like I said, I think Bree is next, y'all, because you know, Bree from last season, when after she brought the devastating news to Chelsea, Chelsea held it more together than they did with Bree, because Chelsea was just keeping it 100, but they had their feelings about Bree until it all came out at the doggy funeral. Remember that?
Yes, but Emma and Bree had been friends, so that's why it hurt. Well, it didn't hurt Bree, because remember, Bree makes it real clear, none of you bitches can hurt my feelings.
Hello.
Which I do believe that. But at the same time, yes, you're right. Like, I thought that it was misplaced loyalty because, you know, I mean, I get it. I guess you gave this woman who wants to be on the show, you gave her the platform to air out her husband. And if I'm super good friends with Chelsea and Chelsea's like, this bitch humiliated me, you know, whatever. I get it. I do. But at the same time, too, like, I'm not about to. I don't like it when, yes, I expect loyalty. I want you to stick up for me. If someone's talking about me and you're just letting them talk about me, you know, you're not really my friend, right? But at the same time, if there's a mutual friend situation going on, and like I can not agree with a friend's behavior, but still be friends with them. Like, I don't agree with like, oh, well, I don't like what you did, so I'm like totally gonna shut off my relationship with you, you know.
Right. And that's what Emma's trying to do with Bree, based off
Right.
of a situation with somebody else, which sounds a little childish in high school, but it is
Yeah.
what it is. But like Bree told them, listen, I don't need none of y'all, and I
I
really don't
believe
wish
it.
to engage.
She does unbothered that way pretty good. Like, you know, bye.
She had her what's that? Her lemonade hat on.
Yeah.
And they just disrespected the poor dogs, fumed down to Mary and Jason. They were like, I can't believe they were now listen, we all know how certain folks is about their dogs. And the fact that there was a full-on fume, full fume.
Yep.
Chairs, service, and that's fine. There's no shading that. The
Hats.
shade of it all is y'all acting a fool in the backyard, having this argument, and folks already sad and carrying on. Luckily, it wasn't loud and loving hip hop ish. You know, it wasn't like a Real Housewives situation. But Mary and Jason were highly disrespected. Didn't sit well with everybody else. He's like, how, what? But yeah, Bree let him know, listen, I've already pretty much let y'all go. So I'm out. Peace. And she left. And then she told the cameras, okay, stop filming.
Yep. She's like, what you're not going to do is make me look like a bigger sucker than my baby daddy does.
Boop, bloop.
Just saying.
Bloop. Bloop.
No, there's something about Brie that I like. Like, I don't know, like there's something about like, you know, but at the same time, there's also like I always struggle with her because I'm like, you still with Nick Cannon though. You are one of the corral. Like and that takes away whatever swag you think you have. Like it just diminishes it for me.
You know what? I think because she's next in line as one of his successful kids' moms, then those who came, you know, around her time. We ain't even gonna think about Mariah. But because they're not on Mariah's level successfully. No. But I think Brie takes that pride in knowing that she has what she has, even without Nick. So she feels like she's better than those other ones. And that's more important to her than anything else within that harem. That's my opinion. You know, I don't, you know, it is what it is.
Well, it's interesting because she's like really, really, really strangely jaded. No, let me take that back. She's not even strangely jaded. She was with a football prospect, right? Or a guy that is playing football, and she got cheated on really bad. So she was like, I might as well, if I'm going to be in with the Sharks, I might as well have an agreement, you know? Like, at least it's out in the open. There's some sort of rules of operation. And, like, I genuinely understand that. I do, because, like, it's better to have an agreement than to be cheated on, right? But of all the wealthy men you could hang on to, and you're a beautiful woman, the plastic surgery that you got was well done, and I don't know, you seem like you got a smart head, you know, I don't know. I still feel like the foolishness. I mean, because he admitted he basically scammed whatever he could out of any one of them to get them to, you know, said and did whatever he could because he collected them like trophies, right? You know, and it's very obvious because they're all gorgeous, although some of them need to stop the Ozempic. You look crazy. A couple of them got the face where you're like, ah. But anyway, I'm rambling. I like her, but boy, I mean, that baby's cute, but like, and yeah. Anyway.
So Emma is, you know, discussing how she's going to navigate her relationship with Brie. Pretty much, I'm just not going to talk to her because, you know, it is what it is. Girl, really? But I think Emma was dead wrong in judging Brie in that way. Not judging her, but how she treated the relationship.
I agree.
She discarded her and didn't tell her until pretty much Brie confronted that to her.
Yeah, and
so that's kind of, you know, whack. That's whack juice.
And guess what, Chelsea? Your husband was out at the W and got seen. He got synced. So why are you mad at the people that are reporting that they sawed him?
Because it was Bree telling her.
But I don't believe that was the first time she knew about nothing. You know what I mean? Like,
no. Regardless of that, the fact it was Bree telling her.
I guess.
Because remember, they already had their thing.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I just don't. They're all acting like she did something super aggressive, and I'm like, but to me, it's a little misplaced. That's all. I'm
Definitely.
like, I just feel like, and don't get me wrong, like, of course, she's like, this storyline, I am bringing this to the show. Are you kidding? Like, but, so I can get maybe why Chelsea's like, I don't fuck with her. I get it. But for Emma to be like, I don't fuck with her, I was your friend. Like, what? You think that, wow, you have no loyalty to Bree in any way.
And then Chriselle backpedaling and pussy popping around, thinking she could play both sides. So she chose Emma and Chelsea, but she didn't even really fight for her relationship with Bree because she'd rather not. So
yeah,
to me, that's even more chicken shit like Emma. So I'm like, girl, what?
Well, it makes me wonder, like, is it really? It must have been really just for the show. Like, maybe Bree didn't make much of an effort to, like, have a relationship with them because it was real easy to drop her cold.
Right, because they were still getting to know each other. So Bree was like, well, hell, I'm still getting to know these heifers. At the same time, I'm not going to let them just dog walk me around and pretend or whatever that they're doing. She's getting to know them. So this is how they are. It to me, it was strange. So I know it was strange for Bree. The only valid beef that was there was Chelsea and Bree.
Yes.
So now they mulling over how they gonna navigate, more so Emma, how she's gonna navigate with Bree. She's like, I don't want to talk to her at the office. And Chelsea's like, well, it is what it is, child. Chelsea's going along to get along. Chriselle is going along to get along, if you ask me. So after they, done drinking air and carrying on all these new drinks they trying and having a good time, now it's time for some community giving. If you didn't know, the O Group also has a show in the OC. And I haven't seen more than a half of an episode, sorry, so I can't give you any details about these people. Have you seen the show in OC?
Nope. I know that there was the cheating on Brittany Bell, I think, or Brittany Snow, like Brittany Snow, like the actress.
I don't know what it is.
She was. I know. Yeah. No, there was a bit of a scandal where one of the realtors was her husband, and he had an inappropriate relationship with another one. I mean, I remember hearing about it, but I didn't watch this one. Not that there isn't beautiful real estate down in Orange County. That's for damn sure. But no, I'm not either. I'm not up to speed on these fools.
So here's the community give back. Of course, they're in the OC. It's they're more so spearheading, they're in charge of it. But the O Group that we know from Sunset office is coming through and helping out. And what's her name? You said
Heather.
Heather?
Heather, the former employee Heather, who's now with Tarek Mustafa, whatever the heck his last name is, the dude that was on HGTV with his ex-wife flipping houses. Flipper Flop, I think is what it is.
Flipper Flop, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, and then a little strange happenings when Chelsea started asking, around what are we doing? I think either Jason or Brett, don't ask me which one it was. So just, go over there and help out. And she looked, and that's where Bree was. She's like, no. So they started to cherry pick where she wanted to help. I'm like, girl, get over yourself.
Yeah, I mean,
just help.
Yeah, this is not the time for that kind of shit. If you're there to volunteer because of the tragedy, then go do that. Like, if you're making it about, oh, well, we don't get along, well, you should get along for a good cause.
Hello, you're there as an office.
Yep.
So, I mean, again, it's not like it was Bree who your man was with and she's telling you that she slept with him. I mean,
I know.
it's just way too much drama. And this is where it's supposed, you're supposed to be thinking of someone other than yourself.
Yeah, it's too
That's why you're
much.
there.
Yes.
But as you can see, they were getting all stuff together so it can be shipped back to the LA area to help those residents and things. So I thought that was a great a great team effort from all of them. And again, we wish all of them well. There's continued wishings, prayers, all the things that everyone is replenished with what they need and want. Yeah. Again, it's just so sad when you think about it. I'm sorry, I'm not really trying to be down, but it kind of does, because just to see all that stuff happening, it was just sad. But
Oh, it was terrifying. We almost lost the Hollywood sign. We almost lost the Hollywood Bowl. We lost all of the historic homes of the Palisades.
Altadena, I mean,
Altadena.
everything but
Thank you.
one house is standing.
And Altadena is not just wealthy people that can easily rebuild. Altadena is a long-standing LA community full of all levels of people. Like,
Mhm.
this was a huge, huge blow to the LA we know and love. And,
Right. And what sparks in my mind is hearing that Altadena was one of those red line districts that only not well where Black or African Americans were directed to live back in the 60s,
hmm
50s, and what have you, because they wanted certain areas to be filled with certain demographic, and a lot of those homes are already paid off. I mean, they were,
yeah,
and of course, with all of the changes going on in our government, the homes were worth millions now, not just and where they probably paid 10,000 for it when they first got it. I mean, there's a lot of long-standing original homeowners that were still there, and that was what I remember hearing, that it was more or less, what is that word, historical,
yes, a lot of.
landmarks and things that are no
hmm
longer there. So it just hurt. That's a real big devastation, not bigger than Palisades, but just to know that part of history is in ashes.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're done with that. Big ups to them. So we're back to the O group and for LA. And we have some good news for the most part. We have, what's his name? I think it was Jason that was in the office.
I think
And
so, yes.
yeah, one of them.
I know, I think it was Jason. I do.
And Emma came in. First, she couldn't find the place because she didn't know that they had the hedges. I thought she was there, but I guess she wasn't. And she had a
Yeah.
little problem trying to find the door, so she finally walked in. And then Bree came in, and like we mentioned in the previous scene, Emma was like, "I'm not talking to her when I see her." But yeah, as Bree walked in, you can tell there was tension. Bree was like, "Oh, we're the only ones here, huh?" Both of them were like, "Dang, ain't nobody else here?" But Emma broke the ice and started a conversation in regards to the what happened, because she was away. Emma was away while the fires were happening, and when she was talking with Bree because she was concerned about her not knowing exactly where her house was, but no, I'm pretty sure she caught up with other ladies of the office and fellas, but she sounded genuine and concerned, and Bree engaged in the conversation. You can tell both of them were, just trying to make the best of being in the office, and they both gave a little vulnerability about their personal effects, and how they were affected but not affected. Luckily, their homes and things were okay, but you know, they were still just discussing how it affected them both when, knowing about what was going on.
Yeah, I'm sure it was terrifying. Like, the being afraid that your pet sitter won't save your animals and all that kind of crap. That's got to be scary.
So to make a lighter situation, Bree told Jason that she sold the house. Let's take a quick little look at it, shall we? Just a few little pictures. 7 beds, 8 bath. Again, a good ratio. It ain't like it's 18 bathrooms.
Oh God, 5 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, and you're like,
okay, cute little home. Not cute little, but it's 7,690 square foot. As you can see, yeah, nice kitchen layout, open floor plan, beautiful, beautiful. 4,650,000. Beautiful. Look at that bed, girl. Look at that bathroom, girl.
A tub you like versus a tub you don't.
And it's a bench not bench, a bench, BENCH. Want to make sure. And I can see it a little bit. It's in the shower, so that'll please you.
Yes, thank you.
And this is just if a tad bit better than that house that Jojo was looking at.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Anywho, we just thought it was a little cute little house, real cute. Then we get the news, child. Jace was like, They're like, whoa, what happened? Girl, Mary, that's her expression. Finding out that Mary's home was broken into. And of course, just to show you, because, we don't want to trigger anybody else. No telling, But that's them. Climb over the fence, child. She said they took heirlooms, mama's jewelry, her man's stuff, anything of value was straight took. And that's how the episode ended. We're going to find out what happened on episode 6.
Crime is real in LA. They are going to the wealthy folks' homes and they know they're going to be on a ring cam, but they're covering up their faces. Like, it's real. It was real. It's unfortunate. It sucks. It's got to be the most violating feeling. You work hard for your money and get your things. And then they said they got into her safe. And I'm like, how?
Girl.
What kind of shitty safe do you have?
But that's also one of the effects that they were having. People were looting in those areas thinking that it was cool because perhaps maybe the people weren't there. Maybe security alarms weren't all together. So maybe, they're thinking people were lax with the security of the home. But regardless of that, they got them for a lot. And it's just devastating. Like you said, just to be violated like that. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't.
Yep. Sucks.
Sorry, Mary. For those homes. I remember they had on TV, people were still being, first of all, why is packages being delivered and left on the curb where the house is when ain't no house?
I know, yeah.
No, you take it back and wait for them to contact you. Have a better system. But people were looting those, whatever structures they thought had something of value or could have had something there that wasn't, in ashes. So just like, unfortunately, Mary's home, it was happening a lot, unfortunately. So Yeah, big ups to Mary and her dude. That's bad. That's bad.
Yep.
That was it, y'all. Episode 4 and 5. We hope you enjoyed it.
Yep.
Yes, yes. Any last words for these episodes?
Nope. I think we covered it all.
Well, y'all, we do appreciate you tuning in. Replay gang, run them numbers up. Thank you very much. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. But before we go, we're going to find out where we can find Erin when she ain't talking ish with me.
You can catch me on Facebook, Psychic Erin Boyd, Boyd. You can also find me on Instagram and Threads, Psychic_ELB. I think even my TikTok is Psychic ELB, but I'm never on that thing. Please hit me up in the DMs if you would like to get a psychic reading.
Yes, y'all, please do. Don't forget to hype the video. And when you click on subscribe, make sure the bell is black so you get all the notifications. Thank you. See you next time. Bye, y'all. All day.